Why? A lot of people focus on that.
On the why.
But it's not enough to understand why.
What we need
What our communities need
is action.
Understanding why is only the first step.
You have to know where to start, but that's all it is. A start.
Working together.
That's the difference.
And that's what works.
It's listening.
It's a lot of listening.
The people who live and work here
Already know what the issues are.
It's only right that we should listen.
And so, we'll listen.
Because to work for positive change,
And social justice.
First, you listen.
Getting the research done, having the data.
We're able to approach it together from a position of knowing.
From a position of empowerment.
The needs are many.
Economic justice.
Health.
Racial and gender equality.
And the answers are out there.
working together, we find them, we understand them.
And we make a difference.
Cincinnati's a great place to live.
The Cincinnati Project is making it even better.